Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a Halloween tree card. This Simple Stories Spooky Nights paper. I'm using the star side for the background, so just 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 on the card base. And then I'm going to just use some orange cardstock, whatever's in my stash that is orange. And I cut out one of the sizes. There's the Lawn Fawn scalloped. I'm afraid I didn't show you the dies. I didn't. But these two sets from Magy Makes I got with this Christmas set. And I'm super excited about those. So I will link those down below. But we're going to be using one of these trees to make a a Halloween tree card with some embossing powder. So the scallop die is that set of Lawn Fawn dies that it's just scalloped, so there's no stitching or anything like that. Scalloped rectangles, and there's a lot of them in the die set, which is really nice. So lots of different sizes. So this is the size that I wanted to just have the tree and the sentiment. The Happy Halloween is from the Spook Up Some Fun from Simon Says Stamp. And then I'm going to be embossing this in black. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy to prep the area to make sure that the embossing powder doesn't stick everywhere and only where I put the ink. So I'm just brushing that off a little bit. Then we are going to use our Versamark watermark ink, just the clear sticky ink. Make sure it's all over. And then stamp that down. And I'm not using my stamping platform or my Misty because this ink is very sticky and it really only needs one good press. So I didn't need to put it in there. This ink is just kind of the exception for that. I'm just going to use the scrap paper to kind of catch my embossing powder, the other piece from the pattern paper that I used, and 2 pour overs to make sure it's covered. I also sometimes will grab a paintbrush to brush away any other bits that I might, if I use my finger, I might mess up the powder where I want it to stay. So we're going to pour that back in. And then I actually decide on an addition to this after the fact, after we melt it. So that will be a fun surprise. It just seemed kind of incomplete. I wanted a simple card and I was going to put or stamp like some candy around it. But I decided not to. I wanted to keep it kind of simple, but I did find a fun add-on piece. So that's all melted. I was looking in the stamp set, or the Spook Up Some Fun had some stars, and I was like, oh, I could put a star on top of the tree. There's a star background. And then I looked at the set and I was like, it needs a bat. It needs a bat topper. So I mounted up the bat and I was super excited to think of that. It just makes it even more Halloween-y, obviously because it's a Christmas tree stamp or a tree stamp. So I inked that up and kind of lined it up with the top, and then just pour my black embossing powder over that again a couple times, get the excess off. And then at this point my gun was already or still warm from the last time, so I don't have to spend any time really heating it up. I just want to brush all that black powder away so I don't melt any to my desk. So carefully melting the bat, making sure I'm not pointing the heat at the places that I already melted because I don't want to burn them or remelt them. So just airing that out and giving it some drying time. You don't want to spend too much time embossing or melting embossing powder, especially a second time, because it can just bubble it up and crackle it and ruin it. So I tried to keep that away from the tree, but that worked out. Then I'm going to lift these up on foam tape and stick that down to the card base. And This is something that you could mass produce pretty easily, and I think this is a really cute Halloween tree, so I'm kind of excited to make some others. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye.